Hello, I'm Sarah. Welcome to today's session. So, for today's session, I am using a chair. So, as you can see, I'm seated. So, you can use any chair. You just need to have space around you and in front of you. Ideally, support at the back and support underneath. You can have a cushion underneath you if you'd like, and you're very welcome to pop your feet up onto something if that feels comfortable. So, other than your chair and yourself, you don't need any other props for this session. So, just letting yourself settle into your chosen seat, maybe having a little wiggle and a wriggle, letting the sit bones settle in underneath you, and just allowing yourself to become aware of the feet on the ground. You might like to close your eyes, you might prefer to have a lowered gaze, but just allowing yourself this moment to arrive in yourself, in your body. Feeling the feet on the ground, feeling the legs on the chair, and feeling the support behind you. Begin by becoming aware of your breathing, noticing how you're breathing, and we're not changing anything just yet. You're letting yourself follow the journey of the air as it comes into your body. Notice where the air travels to. Be aware of where in the lungs the air fills. So, is it in the top of the lungs, in the chest? Does it go a little lower into the belly? And remember, there's no right and no wrong. There is just what there is. And now noticing the journey of the air as it leaves your body. Can you tune into that? Noticing how the air moves up from the lungs. Notice if you let the breath go through your mouth, through your nose, or maybe it's a little of both. And follow that breath just for a couple more rounds. So just noticing what is happening in your body. And then just starting to think about changing the breath a little bit. So next time you take a breath in, if you can and if it feels okay, you're breathing in through your nose. Breathing out through your mouth, through pursed lips. So breathing in through the nose. Remember, use the mouth if the nose doesn't feel comfortable. Breathing out through pursed lips. And just keep that going, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing out through those pursed lips, letting the breath slowly leave your body. Notice what feels comfortable for you. We're looking for a slower rate of breath than your usual breath, and that will be different for everyone. So slower than your usual breath as you breathe in, and then a long breath out through those pursed lips. And just keep that going, taking about another 2 or 3 rounds, just like that. And we're going to keep the breathing going, so just as you have been, but this time as you inhale, can you think about your inhale traveling all the way into your body, down your legs, into your toes. So inhaling all the way down to your toes. As you exhale, imagine that the exhale starts at your toes and travels all the way up and out of the body. Inhaling to your toes. Exhaling from your toes. As you draw the breath in all the way down to your toes, I'd like you to imagine that with the air, you're also drawing energy into your body. As you exhale and let the breath go, allow a little bit of tightness to leave with the breath. So each inhale, inviting in energy, inviting in softness. And each exhale, letting go of the air and seeing if you can soften a little into the shoulders. Take another 2 or 3 breaths just like this, inviting in softness, inviting in energy, releasing tightness, letting go of tension. After that second or third round, keep the breath going, but you can let it go really wherever it wants to go now. Each time you notice your breath over this next few minutes, again remember to invite in softness and release tension. So we're going to bring a little bit of movement into the body now. So just starting to wiggle your fingers, maybe you wiggle your toes. And then make very soft fists with the hands, so curling the fingers in. And just start to gently rotate those hands, making circles with your wrists. Do a few in one direction, see how it feels. And do a few in the other direction. And then we're going to keep that going. So you can just keep the arms exactly where they are. Or see how it feels. Maybe you'd like to start to raise those hands up a little bit. So we're still circling through those wrists and starting to allow the arms just to come up. Doesn't have to be far. It can be up to the shoulders or a little bit higher, depends on how everything feels. And then once you get to wherever you're going, we're going to take a breath in and squeeze those fingers in nice and tightly. And then exhale, open the hands out and release. So inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release, open and let go. Let's do that 3 more times. So inhale and squeeze. Exhale to release. And again, inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Last one, squeeze in. Exhale, let it go. And then just allow those hands to float down if they're raised, little circles, however you like here. And then from there, bring your hands together, palm to palm, and just start to gently rub into those hands. Just until you start to feel maybe a little bit of warmth, maybe a little bit of tingling. And then once you feel that, hold the hands and just bring them either over the eyelids or hover them just in front of your face. See if you can feel the heat or the tingling from your hands transfer into your eyes or your face. And then if your eyes are closed, we're going to blink them open when you're ready. And then slowly just lower those hands and let yourself come back into the space you're in. Lovely. So from there, let's just think about moving the feet a little bit. So just lifting those toes up and then lifting the heels. So really slowly, just rocking, lifting the heels and lifting the toes. See how that feels. And then you can go maybe a fraction quicker, maybe a little higher. So pressing through the balls of the feet, push the tops of the feet forwards and then drop those heels. Lifting the toes, but also that front part of the foot. See what feels good. And then let the feet just come flat on the floor. We're going to scrunch the toes in. I always do it with my fingers as well, so you can too if you want. So scrunching those toes in. And then as you exhale, I'd like you to open those toes out and bring as much space between them as you can. So inhale, scrunch, exhale, open. And just keep that going, scrunching the toes and the fingers and then opening them out. It doesn't matter how much movement you get or how much space there is, just allowing it to happen the way it happens. Let's do one more of those. Squeezing in, opening out. Lovely. So now I'm going to come into some gentle ankle circles. So there's 2 ways of coming into this. So you can either we'll start with the right foot. So bring the right foot out in front and just start to circle those toes around from there. So that's our first option. If you'd like to, you can bring the knee in towards the chest, hold on to the shin and circle the foot there. So whichever one you prefer, one might feel more comfortable than the other. And there's no right or wrong, it's just what feels good in your body. So a few circles one way through that ankle, And then let's do a few the other. Lovely. So if you lifted that foot, let's pop it back down and we'll do the left side. So again, either the heel comes out in front and you circle round from there, or you can draw the knee in and again we just grab hold of the shin, or it could be the thigh, whichever one feels better. And then we circle through that ankle and just notice how it feels. I've always got one that feels a little bit more clunky than the other. And see if you're drawing actual circles or maybe they're a different shape. Make sure you go in both directions. Lovely. And then again, if you raise that leg up, let's pop that foot down. So now I'd like you to sit up just a little bit taller and just coming away from the back of the seat a fraction. So we're going to keep the feet on the ground about hip width, knees about the same. Hands are just going to come and rest on the legs wherever's comfortable. From here, I'd like you to think about drawing your shoulders up to your ears as you inhale and then exhale, taking them back and down. So inhale, let's draw it up. Exhale, back and down. And again, inhale, draw it up. Exhale, back and down. We can go the other way. So take those shoulders back, up, and then forwards and down. Back, up, forwards and down. And one more. Back, up, forwards and down. Lovely. So we're going to stay with the shoulders and start to circle into those shoulders a little bit more. We'll start with fingertips on the shoulders and we'll draw little circles underneath the elbows, so about the size of a 50p, something like that. So just allowing those elbows to draw the circles. We're feeling that movement and mobility come into the shoulder. You're very welcome to take those circles bigger. So just see how everything's feeling. If you want to take them bigger, do. But if you're happy with them smaller, stay with them smaller. So just listening to what your body wants, what your body needs. Lovely. And then let's do a few the other way. So take those circles around the other way. Lovely. It might feel different going this way, so see how it feels. Make those circles smaller, make them bigger. You choose. Lovely. And then let's just allow those hands to drop down. So we're sitting up tall. Have the thumbs just pointing towards me. And then we're going to just gently rotate the thumbs out as far as you can. Bring them all the way back so they're pointing forwards. And then rotate the thumbs in towards you. All the way around again as far as you can. Let's do that again. So thumbs towards me and then rotate them out and away from you. All the way back. And then thumbs rotating in towards you. Lovely. And then come back so the thumbs are pointing forwards and just give those fingers a nice little wiggle. So bringing the hands back to the lap, we're going to do some seated cat-cows. So this movement can be really small and it's all about finding spinal movement down the back and into the pelvis. So as you inhale, we're thinking about just allowing that pelvis to tilt forwards. The chest starts to lift, the shoulders are coming back. So you're looking for a slight arch in your spine. And then as you breathe out, we arch the spine towards the back of the chair, draw the belly in, let that chin tuck in. And then you just find your way from one position to the other. So inhale, lift. Exhale, curving in, rounding that spine. Lovely. Let's do a few more here. And as you're moving, just notice if one part of the back feels like it wants to move more than the rest of the back. So that's probably the place that is the most mobile. And then notice if there's somewhere else that's more reluctant to move. So for me, it's always my upper back that doesn't want to move. So I have to focus really intently on that place. So focusing in on where feels stiff. Lovely. Let's do one more of each. Rolling forwards. And then coming all the way back up. Lovely. Drop those shoulders, wiggle out the fingers. You can wiggle the toes. If you need to grab a drink or anything, feel free to grab that. So from here, we're going to take it into a little bit of a twist. So we're rotating the upper body. So there's different ways to do this, and we'll do all of them. See which one you like the best. So we're going to turn to the right first of all. So you're bringing the back of the right hand to the lower back. It might just be the fingertips. It might be the whole hand. Again, see what works. As you inhale, think about sitting up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, nice and slowly, you're turning the chest to the right, keeping the head in line to start with. You can use this left hand to press down into the left leg, or you could bring it to the right. And then maybe you feel like turning the head. And if you don't feel like turning the head, then just keep it in line. Let's slowly come all the way back to the center. So we'll do the same thing on the other side, so we're nice and even before we come into the other option. So back of the left hand to the lower back. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're turning to the left, so think about those shoulders rotating. And again, this right hand, you can use it to help you pressing into the right leg or the left leg. And if it feels okay, maybe you turn the head and look behind. And then slowly come all the way back. Lovely, and bring that hand back to the leg. So if that felt good, that's what we're going to stay with. So back of the hand to the lower back. If you feel like you've got a little bit more space, we can bring the arms in as well. So see how it feels. So we'll take a breath in. We're going to reach those arms all the way out. And then as you exhale, we're just rotating all the way around. Lovely. Inhale to come to center. And then exhale to rotate out. So the hands don't have to be really high. You could have them a little bit lower. So let's go again to the right as you breathe out. Or you could even bring fingertips onto the shoulders and just have those elbows out. So rotating. And again, remember you can have the back of the hand to the lower back and go back to that first option. Lovely. And let's just do one more to the left. And come back into the middle. Lovely. So from there, we'll do a little bit of work around the head and the neck. So again, see how it feels, see what works. When you're ready, we're tucking the chin in, just allow that forehead to drop down. And then nice and slowly, you're lifting the head up and lifting the chin. And it's up to you, you can let the eyes travel with the head, or you could keep the eyes on a fixed point. And then slowly lower down. We're going to turn the head to the right. So again, you could stay with the gaze forwards as you turn the head, or you could let the gaze go with you. Come all the way back to center. And then as you exhale, let's turn the head to the left. Remember, gaze can turn with you or stay forwards. And then coming all the way back. Lovely. So we're doing that again. So let the chin tuck in, forehead drops. Lifting that head up, lift the chin. Lowering back down. Turn the head to the right. Remember, if you feel dizzy, keep the eyes on a fixed point. Come back to center. And then take the head to the left. All the way back to the middle. Lovely. Now I'd like you to bring your right ear to your right shoulder. So we're tipping the head sideways. want to think about this left shoulder dropping away. So we're trying to lengthen through the neck, and again, only go to where you want to go to. You might like to drop those left fingertips down, and that can just help get into the stretch in the shoulder. And going back to that exhale and releasing tension, and inhale, bringing in softness. Lovely. Let's slowly lift that head back up, bring the hand back to the leg, take a second, and then let's tip the head the other way. So all the way to the left, head nice and heavy. And again, you can let the arm dangle so that right hand can drop down. Find that space down the side of the neck. Try and allow the head to go heavy. As you inhale, invite in that softness. And as you exhale, releasing tension. And then slowly bringing the hand back and letting that head slowly come back up. Take a moment, just see how the neck feels. Maybe give those shoulders a little wiggle. And then let's shrug those shoulders up to the ears. So inhale, squeeze them up. And then exhale, take them down. So inhale, squeeze them up. Exhale, taking them down. Lovely. Let's do one more, squeezing them up. Exhale, taking them down. Lovely. So now we're going to come back to the legs and do a little stretch into those legs. So we're going to start off just by bringing that right heel out in front. We're keeping the left foot on the ground, and then you're flexing the right toes towards you. So think about drawing those toes towards the shin. Then think about taking those toes away. So we're doing a point and a flex. And you can keep a bend in the knee if this feels too much, and you could even put a cushion under that heel if you like. Lovely. And then let the foot just rest somewhere in the middle. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, let's just start to hinge from the hips. So we're just bringing the shoulders over that left knee, and imagine you're aiming your nose for those right toes. So hopefully feeling a little bit of a stretch down the back of that right leg. And then slowly, slowly, we lift all the way back up. Draw that foot back in. And then we've got two options. So we're coming to a figure four stretch. So you can either draw the right knee into the chest, bring the ankle onto your left thigh and let that knee drop out. If that's too much, bring the ankle just in front of the shin. So we've still got that external rotation through the hip. So whichever one you've either got the ankle on the knee or you've got the ankle on the shin. Again, let's take a breath in, sit up nice and tall. And then if it feels okay, as you exhale, we're hinging at the hip, lowering the chest towards the leg. Doesn't have to be far at all. Just until you feel that stretch. Lovely, and then slowly come all the way back up. Let's replace the right foot back where it came from, and then you're bringing in your left knee. So either knee comes in and we take it over to the other side, or you're bringing it in front. So allow that knee to drop out, take a breath in, and then exhale. Let's just lean over that leg, looking to feel a little bit of stretch through that left hip. And then slowly, slowly coming back up. Let's unwind that leg and we'll bring that left heel out in front. We'll do those little point and flexes. And see how it feels. This side might feel different. And then we'll hold it somewhere in the middle so the toes are fairly soft. Again, sit up tall. As you breathe out, just hinge from the hip a little bit and think about heading the nose towards the toes. So hopefully you're feeling a stretch down the back of that left leg. If you're not feeling anything, draw those toes a little bit closer towards you. Lovely, and then slowly coming back up. Nice. So we're going to just toe heel those feet out now. So turn on the heels, toes come out. Turn on the balls of the feet, heels come out. Toes out, heels out. And then bring them back in. Up to you how fast you go. It can be really slow. And you don't have to go really wide. It's just about getting the movement into the ankles. Lovely. So next time those feet are out, again, they don't have to be really wide, but we've got the knees apart, toes turned out. You're going to bring your right forearm somewhere onto that right leg, or it could be the hand. And we're looking to turn the chest inwards. So trying to find a stretch through this left side. So you can bring the hand to the shoulder as you lean over. You can raise the elbow, or you can bring the arm all the way overhead. So pick an option that feels okay for you, whichever one. So either hand on elbow, elbow lifted, or arm over the head. Lovely. And think about taking some slow breaths into the side of the body, the side of the ribs. Nice and slowly find your way back out. Bring that chest up. Take a moment. Let that head come back to neutral. And then let's lean the other way. So left forearm or hand, depends on how everything feels. You're leaning into the leg, turning the chest inwards, so towards your right knee. Trying to find a stretch down that right side. And again, you can bring fingertips to the shoulder. You can raise the elbow, so we start to lengthen down that side, or you can reach the arm overhead. So any of those options, whichever one feels good. Again, if you can, think about breathing into the side of the ribs. And then nice and slowly, making your way back up and out and bringing those hands back to the legs. Let that head come back to neutral. From here, we'll toe heel those feet back in. My ankle just clicked. Back to about hip width, but they can be wider. Feel free to slide back in your seat a little bit so you feel a bit more comfortable or secure. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, we're allowing those hands just to travel all the way down the legs, letting the head go nice and heavy, finding your way into a supported forward fold. And again, you don't have to go all the way, you can stay a little bit higher. Looking for a little bit of length through the back and through the back of the neck. So try and let that head go heavy. Think about breathing into the back of the body and then breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And then nice and slowly take another 2 rounds of the breath in that forward fold. After those 2 breaths, think about slowly bringing yourself back upright. Bringing the hands back to the legs. Sitting back in your seat a little more. Allow the back just to rest on that support. Let the shoulders drop away from your ears and the feet just rest nice and comfortably in front of you. If you've got anything you want to pop your feet up onto, you're very welcome to. So we're just coming into a short relaxation to finish. So if you feel like it, you can close the eyes. You could just look down at your legs. And again, feeling the feet on the support underneath them. Feeling the support of the chair underneath your body. And letting yourself just soften into that support a little bit more. Thinking about inviting in that softness as you breathe in. As you exhale, release, let go of the air, let go of tension, let go of holding on. Breathing in, inviting in softness. Exhale, letting go. Allow your body to settle in. Let a feeling of relaxation come through the whole body. Letting go of that holding on through the chest and the belly. Letting go through the hips, the legs and the feet. Allow yourself to rest. Invite in the permission to fully rest and to restore.